I'm going to cut across to breaking news coming in. We told you from our sources in the government that here on acts of terror will be declared an act of war. And let's now tell you about what the sources in the government have said about this, where they've essentially communicated to us that an act of terror is a declaration of war and India therefore will respond accordingly. India has drawn a big red line on terrorism sponsored by Pakistan. Government of India's sources have said an act of terror is a deliberate violence aimed at spreading fear among people. It includes bombings, firing, plane hijacking, cyber attacks, biological, chemical attacks. Now, sources in the government also highlighting that normally it's non-state actors who carry out acts of terror, but sometimes some countries also sponsor terror, referring, and a clear reference there to Pakistan. This is the government saying that, look, if anyone carries out an act of terror on our soil, we have every right to hit back. And therefore, it is with that intention that you have a messaging coming across from the government that an act of terror will be deemed an act of war. I want to bring in our legal editor, Nalini Sharma, also to kind of decode what this really means. Nalini, how is in international courts an act of war actually defined?
Well, Akshita, what we need to understand over here is that so far, whatever India has done, they've done it very strategically to ensure that they're complying with all the principles of international law. And not just that, even globally, there are no fingers that can be pointed to India for not following the due procedure, which is why we've constantly said that every step that has been taken by India has been done in retaliation. Even the 7th May strikes were in retaliation to what Pakistan had done during the Pahalgam attack. And India's also made it sure to clarify at every point that we are acting proportionately and that we are also only specifically, precisely targeting their military establishments, not any civilians or civilian population. But what this statement now coming in from the Modi government means is that all bets are officially off in case Pakistan goes ahead and conducts any future act of terrors. Why am I saying that? Essentially, under the UN Charter, Akshita, use of force by any country on any other country is prohibited. But there are only very few exceptions to when use of force is justified. And the biggest exception to that is when a country is acting in self-defense. So when it's a question of self-defense, any military action carried on by a country against another country is justified, even if it amounts to use of force. So that is what essentially India has done by releasing this statement, saying that any future act of terror carried out by Pakistan will be considered an act of war, which means that India will be justified in carrying on any further military action in the interest of their self-defense, in the interest of protecting their sovereignty and the boundaries of their own country. So that means that India will not be bound to specifically respond proportionately in the manner that they've been doing so far. They will be allowed to take offensive action if that is what the situation requires. And that is essentially why India has put out this statement, which is extremely crucial considering the times that we are living in right now.
Okay, very important there, Nalini, explaining to us why the government is essentially taking this step. The timing extremely crucial because it's at a time when we're already seeing this conflict with Pakistan and we're sending across a message that, look, for us, an act of terror is essentially an act of war. Thanks very much, Nalini, for joining us with those details.